Great day, everyone. Welcome back on this glorious Tuesday. Today, we're going to be really talking about the power of letting people invest in you. So if you are new to me, welcome. If you're catching this in the replay, thank you so much. And if you are back and you're just a regular here, it's always a pleasure to have you. But my name is Jereshia. I'm an income strategist, and I help course creators, content creators, influencers, coaches and consultants really scale and build a service-based business beyond 6 figures. And the thing that is coming up a lot that I think really can harm some of us is not understanding the true power that is able to happen when we allow people to invest in us. And when you really do create an opportunity of ease to allow somebody else to actually work with you and invest in you. So as you guys are hopping on live, definitely pop in the comments, say, hey, let us know that you're here. Hi, Nia. Hey, Janet. Hey, V. So it's good to see you guys. But I want to know just really quickly for those of you guys hi, Heidi, who are on live right now, or even if you're catching this in the replay, pop in the comments and let me know. Do you have a challenge currently with actually letting people pay you? I know that a lot of you guys are out there selling your services and you're putting yourself out there as an influencer in some capacity or selling in some capacity, being an expert in some capacity. But I'm curious to know, do you have an issue or a challenge, or do you struggle with allowing people to actually pay you? And you can just pop in the comments, say, yes, that's me, or, put an emoji that represents your feeling in regards to that. But I'm just curious to know, do you currently have a challenge or struggle with letting people invest in you, pay you for your services? Because I think this is something that even I personally struggle with in the beginning. I didn't really understand the true power and the true magnitude of what really the impact and the imprint that I could have on other people by actually putting myself out there and allowing people and inviting people to pay me for my services. Why was that? A huge thing that came up for me was I didn't feel like I was offering enough value, or I didn't feel as if my stuff wasn't perfect enough or pretty enough or put together enough yet to actually have somebody pay me for it. Like, that's ludicrous. Or something that comes easy to me, that maybe it's my gift. It's the thing that came so easy to me. It's like, why would I have somebody pay me for it? I'll just go do it for free because I enjoy doing it. I loved doing it. And it was really easy for me to do. I had challenges with actually putting myself out there to actually pay, or maybe I put myself out there and charge, but I would undercharge and undervalue my services. I would be consistently knocking my own price down to offer a discount, to give my service or to offer that service to somebody else. And I'm just curious to know, who here has felt like that or can relate to that? And if you can, maybe you're driving or whatever, just feel free to throw some hearts up on the screen if you can relate to anything that I'm saying in that regard. Tamisha said, yeah, sometimes that's me. Heidi said, I'm recovering from that. Nia said, I don't think I do, but I'm aware enough to know that anything can be beneath the surface. Yeah, a lot. And Nia, I love that you bring up that point, is because a lot of us have challenges that we are not fully conscious or aware of. And we're wondering why when, you say a certain dollar amount out of your mouth, resistance comes up. You get tight in your chest. You get worried about can I charge that? Or even having the confidence to say that price point out loud to somebody else and then being quiet to actually allow them to respond to how they want to move forward with your offer at that price point. Some of that stuff is so deeply covered that we don't even realize that it's a hurdle that we have to work through. V said, yep, all this you said is me. I can totally relate. I've been there in my business. And even as I continue to grow, it's something that I'm even challenged with on how do I continue to expand and grow myself. But the thing that I think that is the most important for us to remember is the true power of letting people invest in us, and how important it is that to understand and distinguish between the thing that you're selling, the product that you're offering, because that is important. The actual transformation that you're providing in the process in which you're taking somebody to experience that transformation. That's really what your offer is. There's a result that somebody gets by working with you. And there's a result that people are able to achieve by purchasing your product or your offer. And there's a transformational experience and a process you take them through to get that result. That is your service that you deliver. That is one aspect of the selling process. And that is one aspect of the decision-making process that a client goes through when they decide to work with you. That's one thing, is what is the transformation that you're providing and what is the result that you're helping me achieve. The other piece is it's you, like it's literally you. Who is the person actually making the invitation? Who is the person giving the offer? Who is the person delivering that service? That's probably a bigger portion of what's happening here and what people are actually buying into more than the actual result itself, is they're buying you. And I want to make sure that everybody here understands that distinction between the two and how both of those elements are critical for you in the purchasing and selling process of your service or of your offer. Like, is this making sense for everybody here? And if it is, and if you're relating and you resonate, just throw some hearts up on the screen or throw some thumbs up on the screen. But I think it's clear for you guys to understand the distinct difference. Because like when I first started in my business, I was so focused on the offer, so focused on, well, is this worth the price point that I'm trying to put on it? Would people in my audience or in my like ecosystem be willing to pay for that offer? Like, what is the result? Is it pretty enough? Is my website done enough? Is all the things I'm looking for perfectionism around the process, which again, it is important. You do need to have a clear offer that distinctly guides somebody to getting a specific result, and that walks them through a very clear, cut out process to help them experience that transformation. That is important. That promise is important. But I think the thing that so many of us also forget is people are buying you. People are buying you. And there's so much power in allowing people to get to experience the true, authentic, transparent side of who you are so they can connect with you, fall in love with you, and buy you first before they even care about the offer or product that you're selling. And I think the word authentic and transparent is thrown around a lot in our industry. But when somebody that comes to mind for me that I love because she is just so much herself, and let me know if anybody else can relate to this. Are you guys familiar with Cardi B? And if you're not, you've been living under a rock, because I don't know how you cannot know who this woman is. Even if you don't like rap music, even if you don't agree with her lifestyle, even if you don't condone her background or condone some of the languaging that she uses, Cardi B is somebody who has mastered the power of letting people invest in her. Why? Like, you guys think about Cardi B. Like, I think so often the entertainment world and just the world we live in is so focused on, especially Black women or women of color, telling us that we have to conform to a certain like molds to be palatable for everybody else. Like, when she did her first interview on Jimmy Fallon didn't even know how to respond to her. He was like, it was the funniest interview to watch, because like Jimmy Fallon did not know how to even like receive all of who Cardi B was and all of how she was showing up so much as herself. But it's dope though that they've had her back on, and she was like the host the other night and like the lead, and like she performed and hosted the show. But I'm just saying, like, Cardi B is an individual that I think most of us can at least identify with or relate to, that even if you don't like her, you respect her and you love her. Why? Because she's so, like, she is just her. People are buying Cardi. I mean, yeah, you might love her music too, but when I think about when I go, you know, I bought her album. And I actually like her. I enjoy her music. I enjoy the product that she delivers. I enjoy the experience of the transformation that I get when I put on Bodak Yellow, or, you know, when Be Careful comes on. I love it. But even if I did not like her music, I would still buy her album, because like I respect and like I mess with her. It's not even so much about like the product itself. It's just like, it's Cardi. And I respect her and love her because she's just her. And I think so often, I think this is something that's continuously talked about and will be continuously talked about like until time ends, because I think so many of us, especially in the digital day and age, it's so easy for us to get caught up in comparison. Well, what is this person doing? Or am I fitting in enough? Or am I this much enough? Or this much enough? Or whatever, that we forget to just be, how can you be authentically you 1,000%? And give people the opportunity and create opportunities for people to get to know who you are at the core. Not who's like, you know, persona you're putting on, but like, who are you? And Kelly, I love that you you put this in here, like people that come to mind for Kelly are myself. Thank you. Tiffany Montgomery, love her. Marshawn Evan Daniels, love her. Maddie James, Maya Elias. Like Kelly, you just ran off like such a dope list of human beings. But it's all about, and the reason why you think about even me, there's a million other people out there teaching business, teaching strategy, teaching you how to build and create signature services. There's other people out there teaching how to launch and how to sell. You know, like you guys have, everybody here has a wide range of individuals that they can consume content from, that they could be spending their time even listening to a Facebook Live. You guys could be listening to somebody else, purchasing their products. You can go purchase somebody else's products. So you guys are purchasing and engaging and connecting, one, like for some degree, because you desire to experience the transformation that my product or my offer provides. But the other piece that even connected you potentially even in the first place to even listen to me or develop a relationship with me before you were ever able to make a transaction, in the sense of offering me your email address to be on my email list, or actually, you know, putting in your credit card information to buy a product, is you fell in love with the person. And, you know, Loa said Jereshia, Courtney Sanders, Regina, Kelly, Lovey, like think about, so I think it is so important for you guys to think about this even from yourself, like in your shoes. Are you authentically, and I shouldn't even say authentically, like, are you showing up in a way that is in alignment with who you really are? Are you creating opportunities for people to connect and learn more about your core values? Are you communicating what your mission is and why you're doing what you're doing? Why you even care to create the offer that you're creating? Are you giving people the opportunity to get to know you? And like the thing that has been, it took me time to find my voice, you know, like it took me time to have the courage myself to put myself out there to allow people to invest in who Jereshia Hawk was. Because I'd say for the first 7-8 months of my business, I wasn't showing up 100% as Jereshia Hawk. You know, I was showing up as, and this is me being completely honest and transparent. So I don't know if I'm completely way off and I'm the only crazy one out there. So please feel free to show some love or pop in the comments if you can relate to what I'm about to share with you guys. But I'd say for the first 7 or 8 months in my business, I didn't feel like my voice was enough. You know, like I didn't feel like the offer that I was creating or the product that I wanted to sell was good enough. So I always felt the urge to keep comparing on like, what are these other online experts doing? How are they presenting their offer? How are they showcasing their offer? How are they communicating their offer? And to a large degree, I would kind of replicate and recreate to make it somewhat of my own, because I didn't feel, but internally, I did not feel like I was strong enough in my voice. And it's amazing how when it took me time and a lot of prayer and just honestly like connection with God to really help me understand that, like, one, we all have been anointed with a very, very unique gift. And we all have been intentionally and strategically created as individuals. And there's so much power in our individuality. And it took me time to really, you know, have that self-worth and self-value internally so I could show up 1,000% in my business as Jereshia Hawk. And really like create, you know, when my course came out and it was called Fuck Fixed Income, that was Jay. That was 1,000% me showing up. Because at first I thought I can't, because people would always tell me growing up, you're so light skinned, you're so cute, you can't use such vulgar language. You know, you're too, it's not ladylike. You can't, you know, love God and also drop an F-bomb all in the same, like, fear, you know, all in the same phrase. You can't do that. You know, that's not politically correct. You know, you got to fit this certain mold. And it took time working with clients, and honestly working with clients that were not ideal. Why? Because I was creating an offer that wasn't fully authentic to who I was. And I wasn't confident, honestly, in what I was even selling to some degree, because I didn't feel strong enough in me to go put myself out there in that capacity, that I was attracting wrong clients. I was creating offers that were not in alignment with my revenue goals, that I was, you know, even selling things below the price point of what I desired or what I knew that I should be charging. Why? Because there was a lack of confidence in the person delivering it, me. And I'm just being 1,000% transparent, guys. I don't know if I went through that. And it's not, okay, there's a lot of Me Too's in the comments. So thank you guys for being open and real with us to make me not feel like I'm the only one that struggled with that. But it took me time of honestly going through those hurdles to get to a place where it's like, you know what? I'm going to stand courageously in my space. I'm going to stand courageous in my voice. I'm going to be authentically who I am. I was terrified when I made that first offer and changed the name of my course to FFI. Because I'm like, what in the world are people going to say? How are people going to respond? Are people going to get off my email list? Are people going to stop following me? Are people not going to buy from me anymore? And true, some people did choose to leave, but those people weren't my people in the first place. Those people fell in love with the persona of Jereshia Hawk, but not the person of Jereshia Hawk, because I wasn't creating the opportunity to allow people to invest in me, in who I am. You know, I was trying to create this perfect offer based off of what somebody else told me I had to do, and not creating an offer that was in alignment with my core desired feelings and what my anointed gift was. So the people who left were the people who were in love with the persona and not the person. They were supposed to go. You guys get what I'm saying? So I think it's important for you to think about right now and have like a real gut check situation where are you putting out a persona of who you are and what your offers are and the transformation that you provide, or are you really showing up in the power of who you are as your individualized, unique person? Is it the persona that's showing up, or is your real person showing up? Are you really showing up? And then from there, how do you make sure to have alignment with what your offers are so you can actually give people a real opportunity to invest in you, invest in your gifts, invest in like the gift that you are so great at that they're struggling with, that you're the only one that can help them get that transformation. You guys get what I'm saying? And I think that people underestimate the power of the individual, the power of you, you know? And I think about even recent experiences that I've gone through with the investments that I've made in people. You know, I joined a program. And I think this is something, again, I'm using this as an example. It cost me quite a few $1,000s. I wish I would have learned it another way, but hey, you live and you learn. That's a part of business. But I made a really significant investment in a program. And the thing about the program was I loved the product. You know, I was really, really interested in the transformation that product would provide. I was really, really stoked to to go through that experience of, you know, learning these new strategies and implementing them in my business. But when I got into the program, I was wondering, like, why am I not showing up the way I normally show up? Why am I not 1,000% committed to doing the work and putting in the work so I can get the result? I understand the importance of that. I understand the value of that. Why am I not showing up? And a light bulb went off. It was because I paid for a product, but I was not committed to the person that was delivering that product. So I was not able to be 100% committed to getting that transformation because there was a lack of alignment with the person that I bought it from. Why? Because there were their values and their morals and just how they showed up. I wasn't really connected to it. I wasn't invested in them. I was invested in the product. And in certain situations, I think that works. And it doesn't really matter. In certain situations. But this was a lot more of an intimate experience. It was over a longer period of time. It was a much, much higher price point of an investment. There was a lot more of like a personal interaction on a regular basis. But it took me spending racks. And it took me doing this kind of multiple times, wondering like, why am I not all the way in? And like really feeling this resistance to like, why is it so hard? And because I know my work ethic. I know how I have to show up. You guys know, like, regardless if you buy a course, a program, a coach, a coaching program, a mastermind, you are 100% responsible for the results that you get. That is flat out. The person that you are hiring, they are helping you shorten your learning cycle, helping you get results in a quicker time frame than you would on your own. They are normally saving you time and energy if you're paying money. However, so I knew what my commitment was, but there was this resistance to showing up. Like I was forcing myself to like get on the coaching calls, forcing myself to like speak up. And it wasn't because of fear and I couldn't figure out what it was, but it was because I invested in the product. I invested in the transformation, but I was not committed to the person. I was hyped up on the persona, not the person that was actually delivering the product. And I think this is so important for us as to why. Why was I not? Was there a lack of alignment in how that person was showing up in the sales cycle, that I was getting a different person on the back end once I got into their program? Once they collected my coins, were they a different person? Or was I not adequately, evaluating the external at the beginning before I made the investment? And I will say, for me, I was negating and not really paying attention to the person. I was so caught up on the persona and the product and the result that product would get me. I did not take the time to evaluate, who is the person I'm buying this from? What is their track record? And not from a results perspective of the product, but who are they as a human? What are their core values? What are their beliefs? What is their mission? Who are they at the core? So I think when you guys think about this and, save yourself, this was a 5-figure investment. So save yourself, the $10,000 plus and making the mistake that I just made. And I wouldn't even say it's a mistake, because it was such a huge learning opportunity for me, because I was still able to get a lot of great results out of the product, because the product was that good. But it was just a much more of a struggle of an experience, because I wasn't connected to the person. And I think it's so important for you guys, as you guys are creating and building your business, how are you continuously making opportunities and creating an opportunity for your audience and for new people to discover who you are and to fall in love with you? They will fall in love with the product if it's the right product for them. They will sign up for the transformation if it's the right transformation for them. I'm not saying that you have to have a well-crafted offer. You have to have a clear offer that gets a clear result, and a clear process you're walking through people through a transformation. That matters. It matters, it matters, it matters. But it also matters, and this is the thing that I think many of us forget to think about, is you. And a quote I kind of want to leave you guys on is really, your gift is somebody else's struggle. So don't ever downplay the gifts that you have. Don't ever devalue or belittle the gifts that you have to offer the world. Because even though there are billions of people on this earth, and one person, the people that we look up to as the greats, the influencers, the ones that are bomb.com, there is no way that one person can serve the billion of people out here. And we are dynamic humans. We are multi-passionate. Even though we love music, how many people right now are on your playlist? There's dozens of artists that you love and listen to. When you think about what we eat, we don't go eat from the exact same restaurant and get the exact same meal every single day. We go to a variety of food places to satisfy our needs. So the same thing comes when it comes to online education or coaching or consulting or whatever service that you provide. There may be a ton of people who offer and deliver the product that you sell, but we have, as humans, we have a wide variety of taste. So there's enough room for all of us out there. The thing that will distinguish you from everybody else out there is you. Your product can be the exact same. How many authors are out there? How many books have you bought? How many authors are on your bookshelf? Dozens. There's millions of people out there writing books, and there's millions of people who will continue to go buy those books, even if it's on the same topic. I want to hear all the people's perspectives. So I think it's so important for you guys to, again, understand the power of letting people invest in you and intentionally creating opportunities for people to connect with you, with who you are. And just check yourself. Are you showing up in a persona, or are you showing up as the person that you've been created to be? Okay? And I really, really highly recommend you guys, for anybody out there who wants to get better at selling their services, crafting that signature offer, and doing it in a way that really is authentic and congruent with who you are, I highly recommend and invite you to register for my Services That Sell workshop. We're going to be getting started in just a few weeks here, but you can click the link in the title of this description, or click the link that I just posted in the comments, the bit.ly/services that sell. It's going to be a 3-day, extremely engaged, intensive, and action-packed workshop, really helping you craft your signature offer in a way that is in alignment with who you are, that directly connects and communicates with your ideal client. The workshop doesn't start for a few weeks, but the engagement is already on and popping in our Facebook group. So when you register for the workshop, definitely request access to join our Facebook group. There's a lot of fun surprises and bonuses going on even before the workshop starts, to help you really get prepared to creating and crafting services that actually sell for you and your business. So I invite you to join. I invite you to bring a buddy along, your business bestie. Tell them to get in if you think it's a good fit for them. I'm going to be going back and reading all of your comments and responding to those who've already posted the comments on the thread in the video here now. I want you guys to really, really, really understand the power of letting people invest in you and make sure that you are showing up as the person that you truly are and not the persona that you think you have to be. There's so much out here that's waiting for you if you just create the opportunity for people to truly connect and engage with you. So thanks again so much for tuning in today. Again, definitely register for the services at Sell Workshop by clicking the link in the description or the link in the comment below, and I will chat with you guys soon. Bye.